ticks are so bad, we're going to drive up. We're going to be right 15 minutes, 20 minutes north of Perry County in a gym here in southern Indiana. Built in 1902. For you around here, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's the biggest dome in the whole wide world until 1913. We're going to walk around, maybe have a drink in the greatest basketball player of his time, little sports bar. And just enjoy the day, walking, hiking, but not out for the ticks. So we'll see you when we get there. Well, we made it. This is a West Baden. It's a big motel now. This building was built in 1902. It first started in 1855. There was a bunch of natural springs around here, sulfur water, but they thought it made you healthy. It really just gave you the runs. But that's what everyone flocked to here for. And they put some railroads in from Chicago, Indianapolis, and Louisville. We're standing out on the old bowling court. I mean, back then they bowl out here, and they had the staff would pick up the bowling pins. It is beautiful out here. I mean, you can't. The inside's going to be really amazing. And there's one of the springs. They just unearthed another spring. I'm going to find that. They're digging it out right now. It still might be unplugged. I don't smell any rotten eggs, so I don't know where it is yet. But Al Capone, this is one of his favorite spots. He come out here. This guy that owned this, he would get his Canadian whiskey. Of course, whiskey was illegal. This is back in the Roaring 20s, this place, if you can just put yourself back in that time. And Al Capone, if he couldn't get any whiskey from her for a speakeasy, he's up in Chicago, he'd come down here. Plus, he was the #1 fugitive, and people down here they really liked him. They didn't really care about that stuff. And he was real nice to the staff, tipped them good. So Al Capone hung out here. The golf course up here has his old bar in it from Chicago. They got it down here. They got an arrow carved in the bar. They don't put a chair there. That was Al Capone's chair. To this day, no one sits there. But I'm gonna continue on, walk around. This place is beautiful. It's not, actually we're in the middle of the woods. This is the middle of nowhere out here. I remember, a good 40 years ago, this place was falling in. It was all plywooded up. And I actually come out here, young person. I couldn't stand it. I had to sneak behind the plywood and go in there. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the story of how it got rebuilt later on. But this is a gym. Look it up, West Baden. You'd be amazed. The biggest dome in the world. Once we get in there, you'll see why. And then they started building sports domes in the 50s. Houston Astrodome. Of course, they can't compare to that. But beautiful place. Beautiful way to spend the day without getting a bunch of ticks. I'll talk to you here down the trail. Well, we're walking around back here, and this field of Major League Ball teams would practice back here, and they also had the biggest double-decker bicycle track in the world, according to this sign. And I did find, if you're wanting to freeze that and read it a little bit, they just unearthed another springs, but it's all blocked off. I can't get back to it without crossing stuff, but I see it back there. And they're digging that out, and the concrete steps and everything's still there. They say people would come out here and sit in the springs, and you'd actually drink the water. There's another motel right down the road that has springs water also, Pluto water. And but it's just, these are the grounds. It used to be gigantic horse tracks and everything out here. So I'm going to continue on, but I did find where they're digging that spring out, and they don't want you back there right now. This is just one of the springs outside, and people, you gotta put yourself back in the Roaring 20s now. And this is where people would come, and they would soak in this spring water and get all healthy again, cure all their ailments. Right now it's full of concrete. I mean, they filled it with concrete. That's why I'm excited about them finding that one I just showed you, because if there's still spring water coming up there, that'd be amazing, because they're all plugged in. All the ones around here are plugged in. So anyway, beautiful spot. When I get in the motel, you're gonna be amazed. So here we go. Here we are, we're getting ready to go in the hotel. There's a couple main doors here. We're gonna go in this one. Just put yourself back in the 1920s. We've got the original brick road. There's the train station. You'd be in here, you'd be all dressed up. You're gonna be wearing your shorts and stuff. You'd be coming up here, you'd be going in. And I'm ready to go in. Are you ready? Let's go check it out. Come on in. This is just one of the little waiting rooms before you get in the main atrium. We're going to walk right over to the main atrium real fast. Here we go. Here you are. Used to be the biggest dome in the world from 1902 to 1913. We're going to walk around and we'll talk more about it in a little bit. Here we are inside. It's just hard to imagine how big this is, but I just wanted to, that's the fireplace down here, and that fireplace will hold 14-foot logs. So 14-foot log, just imagine that. And then we're just gonna scan, and these are the rooms, interior rooms. I mean, my goodness gracious, yeah, it's pretty good size. When you think of this is built in 1902, and they got outside rooms too that they don't overlook this, the atrium or the dome area. But you just gotta, I just like going back in time and just thinking about what this was like. Like I say, I come in here one evening and it was all boarded up by myself, and kind of got spooked out and left. But back in, I think I'll have to look, but some 2006 it reopened. It sat in disarray for a long time. It was a culinary school, some monastery bought it. They took all the fancy stuff out of it. But this guy that invented the heart stents, Cook Medical Group, he told Indiana that he would save it if they legalized gambling. And back then you had to have it on a boat. So they finally made a deal. He put a concrete boat in a concrete pond down there on the next motel down about 3 miles away. And he put over $100 million in this place, got it back to its grandeur. So I just wanted you to see it. I mean, it's beautiful. And then you just sit around, lay around. I'm gonna go sit around, lay around myself. And we'll see what else we can find. Here we are, we're inside French Lick Motel now. This is where the casino is. I decided to come over here. It's about 3 miles away. I took a trolley, I cheated. I didn't hike. But this is nice. I just wanted to come over here. This is where the Cook Medical, they bought both of these motels and put a casino over here, and they're tied together now. And this is beautiful too, inside here. It's, to me, not as nice as West Baden, but it's very nice too inside. Of course, casino part, we're not even going to film. You know what that looks like. So, but this is very nice. I just want to get a picture of it. We'll walk around over here. We're going to walk through the town of French Lick and find that sports bar I was talking about. We're actually going to walk there. Well, we walked down, we found Larry Bird's. It's called Brick 33, and it'd be a good place to end off at. Like I say, I think in his time, he's probably one of the best. He was born right around here, lived here, and I think I'll drink one in his honor. We will see you on the next trip.